I'll be able to hang in there.
What was the injury?
My knee.
What's going on, guys? It's Justin, and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to go over my 53-man roster predictions. And just for a heads up, this is being recorded before their final preseason game, but I may make some updates in editing. We're going to start on the offense at the quarterback position, and this one's pretty easy. We got two quarterbacks making the team, and that's Jordan Love and Malik Willis. I'm sure they'll like Sean Clifford and the Canadian boy Taylor Elgersma back on the practice squad, but those guys are not making the team. Moving on to the running back position, it gets a little bit less easy here, but still fairly straightforward. Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson will for sure make the team, and I'm adding Chris Brooks on there as well, with the prediction that Marshawn Lloyd starts the season on the physically unable to perform list, or PUP. It's very possible that Lloyd will be okay, and maybe Chris Brooks gets bumped off this list, but those are the three guys I'm going with now. They do like Emmanuel Wilson as a backup running back. I think they'd prefer Lloyd at that spot considering the draft capital they gave up, but he just cannot stay on the field. Let's go ahead and move on to the offensive line. And here there are about 7 guys that are for sure locks, and I'm projecting that they'd carry 9 into the start of the season. We're going to go with Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, Aaron Banks, Elton Jenkins, Sean Ryan, Zach Tom, and Anthony Belton. Like I said, these guys are all locks. 5 starters, and then 2 backups. And I think the Packers feel pretty decent about these 7 guys. It's possible Jordan Morgan actually ends up winning the starting left tackle position over Rasheed Walker. There's been some talk about possibly trading Rasheed Walker, but I think they value his backup role way more than whatever pick they're going to get in return. I think they'll end up keeping Jacob Monk as the number 8 guy, and the Packers also just traded a 6th round pick for offensive tackle Darian Kinnard. He's only 25, he was drafted in the 2022 draft, and I do expect him to make the team. Travis Glover is currently on IR as well. It's possible John Williams also gets put on the PUP list. Moving on to wide receiver, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, and Savion Williams are all locks to make the team, and I'm going to add Malik Heath to that list as well. There's been some talk about him getting cut, but I just don't see that happening. Last year going into the season, they kept 6 wide receivers, but I think they're going to keep 7 considering the injuries. I don't think there's anybody that really stands out of the remaining wide receivers, but I think I'm going to add Mecole Hardman to this list. He's had a roller coaster of a camp and preseason, but I think with these injuries, he just gets in as the 7th guy. Obviously, Christian Watson will start on the PUP list, rehabbing his ACL, but he should be back sometime in the middle of the season. As far as tight end goes, we're obviously going to have Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave on the team, and I think John Fitzpatrick will be the 3rd, with Ben Sims missing the team this year. It seems like they really like John Fitzpatrick as the 3rd guy, and I expect him to make the team. I don't think they carry 4 tight ends, so that's why Ben Sims is left off this list. And that wraps up the offense, giving us 24 players from the roster. Moving on to the defense, we'll start at the defensive line position. I have 5 spots available at the defensive line position with 4 locks, those being Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Carl Brooks, and Colby Wooden. That leaves 1 spot between Nazir Stackhouse and Warren Brinson, and I think Warren Brinson has had a slightly better training camp and preseason, so I'm going to put him as the 5th defensive line. I think they do like Nazir Stackhouse, and he will be back on the practice squad. Jumping over to the edge position, again, I have 5 spots available with 4 locks, those being Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, Kingsley Inigbare, and Brenton Cox Jr. And the last guy on this list is Micah Parsons. Kidding. Kinda. But for the purposes of this video, it's actually Baron Sorrell. And according to Twitter, he dodged some major injury news. He does have a sprained MCL, but it sounds like he will avoid the PUP list. This means Aaron Mosby will be left off the team and probably back on the practice squad. He was one of the last guys that made the team last year after a great preseason, but I don't think he's going to make it this year. Colin Oliver is another player that I will expect to be on the PUP list. Moving on to the linebacker position, another spot where I have 5 spots available. I expect Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, Isaiah McDuffie, and Tyron Hopper to make the team. Now, I originally had Christian Welch making the team, but according to Twitter, it looks like Isaiah Simmons is going to be the #1 gunner on punt coverage. And so because of this, I'm going to give him the nod as the final linebacker spot, and I do not think they keep 6 linebackers. At the cornerback position, this one gets kind of dicey. I only have 3 locks for the team, but 6 total spots. The 3 locks are Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, and Nate Hobbs. As for the other 3 spots, I do have Bo Melton making the team, and I think he's going to play quite a bit at corner. I think Corey Ballantyne makes the team again. He was a great special teamer for them before, and I think he will continue to be in that role this season. And I think Kalen King gets the final cornerback spot. Moving on to the safety position, once again I have 5 spots available with what I feel like are 5 pretty confident picks. Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, Zane Anderson, and Ketan Oladapo. Omar Brown, I don't think he was going to make the team. I think he would be back on the practice squad, but he got injured in the Colts preseason game, and I think it was pretty bad too. He might still be in Indianapolis at the time of this recording. Now, it's possible that Zane Anderson actually ends up on the PUP or the IR list, and if that's the case, I think Nazir Stackhouse, or if they want another defensive back, Kamal Haddon, get that final roster spot. And to wrap it up, at the special team spots, we have Brandon McManus, Daniel Whelan, and Matt Orzek. No surprises there. That ends up giving us 26 defensive players with 3 pure special teamers. And that wraps up this 53-man roster prediction. Let me know what your guys' predictions are and any other thoughts in the comments.